So this weekend I went to visit my relatives, close family, and I learned that one of my close relatives probably has anxiety disorder. So, I made a video a long time ago saying that maybe my relative might have like a mental disorder. I was like, what? You have, like, they told you have anxiety disorder? And this person has been to the hospital 4 times over the last 3 weeks. 4 times. 4 times in the last 3 weeks. And I was like, what? You were in the hospital you went in the hospital 4 times? And that's crazy. Like, what happened? And I was like, what did they tell you that you have? They were like, well, they don't know. They just say that I'm having panic disorder attacks or whatever you call that. And they're like, I couldn't, I don't know, they fainted. My close relative fainted. They had to put some type of strong medication or I don't know what. And then, I don't know, just weird. I was like, what the hell? Like, oh, like, I was like, since we're close relatives, I was like, okay, so, like, okay, now I know where our mental disorders come from. You know what I mean? I know where our mental disorders is, what part of the family our mental disorders come from. But it's just interesting because, okay, so, like, the majority of my maternal family, they're crazy. In my maternal family, I don't know what to say about it. I don't know what opinion to say about my maternal family. Sorry, just sneeze. So, it was shocking. I told him, hey, like, I told you that I have generalized anxiety disorder. I'm like, so it does run in the families and it runs in our family. I said something like that because no one in my family has, no one in my family has a mental disorder. No one in your family has a mental disorder. And since we share family, none of our families that are with us have had a mental disorder, not that I know of, or not that we know of. So I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, but I suspect it runs in our family when I suspect it runs in my maternal family. The whole anxiety thing. Because they told him that he had anxiety disorder, but what I have is generalized anxiety disorder. Anxiety disorder and generalized anxiety disorder are two different things, but it's still anxiety. I don't know how that works, but it's still the same thing. So I learned that. Kind of shocking, you know what I mean? I didn't really, and I was telling them, you do seem crazy. You do seem paranoid and just that you have too much anxiety. Like, his anxiety is worse than mine, and just no. The difference between my relative, him, and I is that I keep everything to myself. Like, if I feel sick or whatever, or if I just feel paranoid, I'm not gonna be like, oh look, someone's outside. I'm not gonna be like, oh look, I can't sleep. Or like, oh look, I just I'm not gonna be like that. I'm not gonna be telling people like, look, I feel like this, I feel like that, or just, you know what I mean. But my close relative tells everything to everyone. So I mean, we're very different when it comes to expressing how we feel. They express themselves like that without, I don't know, but just I don't express myself like that. Where I'm gonna say like, oh, I hear, not I hear. I see someone outside or something that's just paranoid. I'm not gonna be like, I'm not gonna express my paranoid to someone or people because you know what I mean. I'm gonna be seen as crazy. So I mean, I don't know. I just like my close relative. Would they get help like with mental health? Probably not. I don't think they'll go seek help when it comes to mental health. Oh yeah, and then like he he said he had a bump in his body, and then I was like, I was saying to myself like, what the fuck, a bump in your body, like that's weird. Like that has nothing to do with anxiety. I was like, okay, and then I was saying to myself like, what if that could be? What if that could be? And I was like, what if that could be? What if that could be? But then it's like nothing comes to mind. You know what I mean? What's a sign of a bump? When you get a bump like here, here, or here, or here, wherever. Like what's that a sign of? I'm like, okay, is that a sign of cancer? Like I heard that when someone you get a bump in your body, like or something like that, it's because of cancer or just. I know a cousin that got a bump like on their chest or something like that. But it was not cancer, so I was like, okay, maybe there's a connection there. I'm not sure. But that's it. Okay, bye.